Carey here with Best of US Agents. Business is going good, and I decided I was going to make a major play to establish myself as the premier real estate agent in this community selling luxury homes. And to do that, I'm going to follow the model that you're all aware of. It's that lawyer who shows up on your TV every night, multiple times, all day long, claiming that if you get hit by a semi-truck, you need to call me. He spends a lot of money, but he's successful. In fact, the one in our community just last year, one of my $2 million listings. So I know he's successful. I've got to know him. I know how his business works. He's now got an army of lawyers all over the state, and also moving into Mississippi and parts of Georgia, and he's killing it. He's built a business that didn't exist 10 years ago. It used to be owned by all the major law firms. Well, I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it with Facebook, and I'm going to explain to you how I'm doing it. I've already started it right after this. Okay, here was my process of thinking. There's an element of the business I'll never capture, and that's the sphere of influence of agents who have been successful. They're taking the low-hanging fruit and they're making hay with it. My business has to come from people who have a problem and up until this point have not found a solution to the problem. That parallels with what our local lawyer did. There's a group of people who don't know lawyers, get hit by semi-trucks, and end up with settlements from the insurance companies. So he saw a problem, and then he created a solution for that problem, and then he publicized that solution, and he's a multimillionaire. So my logic goes that the baby boomers are having a tough time selling their big, expensive homes, particularly in the outlying gated communities. They sell roughly 50% of what is listed. They have a problem. I have a solution. That solution is marketing. It is video marketing. It is LinkedIn marketing, it is Facebook marketing, it is direct mail, and it is email marketing. And I have a system to do that. Well, what I have to do then is do what the lawyer has done and make the community aware of my system. Once they become aware of my system, their problem then has a solution, and I am the conveyor of that solution. So here's what I decided. I sold a house. It had been on the market for 15 days with two other agents, for 15 months with two other agents, and I got it, and I used my system of promoting it, using video, using agent collaboration, using all the channels I've used in the past, and I sold it in 21 days, okay? So what I did was I made a 15-second video explaining what I just explained to you, standing in front of the house. Now then I took that 15-second video and I put it on Facebook. Here's the video. Are you puzzled why some homes sell and others linger on the market for months? This house was on the market for 15 months with two different realtors, and yet when Best of US Homes got it, we sold it in 21 days. If you want to know how we did that, click Watch More. Okay, the headline on my Facebook ad, I went into Facebook Ad Manager and I created an ad. I made it a conversion ad that I wanted to convert to clicks to my 2-minute ad or video. So I set up the ad. I targeted it to people in Birmingham, a 15-mile radius around Birmingham, and the headline says, "Are you puzzled why some houses sell and others don't?" It then went on to say, this house was on the market for 15 months with 2 other agents, and we sold it in 21 days. Click here to learn how we did it. Okay? That was the ad. I then, from the sale of that house, I'm going to make about 11 grand. I've committed that I'm going to spend $9,000 over the next year on Facebook, basically selling my solution to homes that aren't selling. Okay? I've committed to that. The money's already spent. I just got to write the checks on a monthly basis to Facebook. My goal is to consistently put this out in front of people so that when people are having a difficult time selling their home, they say, maybe we need to contact Carrie Grinkmeyer, or someone else says, maybe you need to contact Carrie Grinkmeyer. Now, if I do it for a month and quit, it's wasted money. I have to do it for at least a year. And that's what I'm committed to. Okay, now I will change the ad as I sell other homes. I'll change the ad, but I'll continually to put something out there on a monthly basis. So what are my results so far? I'm getting my cost of impressions, that is, for someone to see it and watch 8 seconds of that first 15-second video, that is costing me 2 cents per impression. I'm then tracking the clicks, and it's costing me about $1 a click. So let's say in that I spend the whole $10,000 or $9,000, and I get 1 sale in the year off of it, and I make $11,000. I've paid for the ad. If I get 2, I've doubled my money. If I get 3, I've tripled the money. But more important than any of that is I've established myself in the community as the authority of who can sell hard-to-sell homes. That's what I want to achieve. So my challenge to you is, rather than take the $9,000 that you make off your next sale and go on a vacation, or put it on a down payment for a new car, or pay some bills, invest it in your business. We are in the throes of a change in the real estate industry, and the big boys, whether it be Zillow or Amazon, they're going to take the low-hanging fruit. They're going to take those relationship clients that you used to have. In essence, my broker keeps telling me we're in a relationship business, and that means that if someone wants to sell a house and they know someone who is a real estate agent, that's who they take their business to. Now, I would ask you, is there any other profession that works on a relationship basis? If you get hit by a semi-truck, are you going to go to the friend you know that is a lawyer, or are you going to go to the guy who's convinced you he can get you a $500,000, a $3 million settlement with the insurance company? If you get cancer, are you going to go to the doctor that goes to your church or to your synagogue or shows up at the PTA meeting? Or are you going to Google and find the best damn doctor in the world to help you cure your cancer? If you're going to go to a dentist, are you going to go to a dentist because he's a friend and you have a relationship with him? Or are you going to go to a dentist who's good at what he does? Well, that's where the real estate industry is going. That low-hanging fruit, that relationship business is going to go away, because the Technology is going to make it easy for them to do business. It's just like I used to buy my shoes at a shoe store. I now buy them at Zappos, and Zappos owned by Amazon. There is no relationship other than I know that I can click and get my shoes in one day, and if I don't like them, I can take them to UPS and send them back. I can't do that at a department store. That's what's going to happen to the low-hanging fruit in the real estate business. And you need to establish yourself as a problem solver, as the guy who will get your house sold. The same thing that the lawyer has done in your community. He didn't exist 10 years ago. Those people didn't get the settlements. Those people who knew lawyers, a relationship business, went to the law firm that they had dealt with in the past. These lawyers in our communities, who used to be called ambulance chasers, now own the ambulances because they learned how to solve a problem and then to market their services to the community that they chose to serve. And that's what I'm going to do with my Facebook ads. Now here's a look at the 2-minute version that when they click on learn how I do this, here's the 2-minute video. Hey, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer with Best of U.S. Homes here in Birmingham, Alabama with Keller Williams. As I said, we sold this house in 21 days after other realtors had had it for 15 months. What we did differently was create a marketing program. That marketing program was built around target marketing and video. We decided who the buyer was going to be. In this case, it was a young professional who was looking for an economic entry into the Mountain Brook school system. So we marketed it specifically to those people and then built the marketing campaign around what we knew they wanted. We did a 8-minute walk and talk video through the house so that I could then take that video and distribute it through social media, much as this one is, and target it again to those young professionals. We had 5 showings in 21 days. I showed up for every showing. That's right, I showed up for every showing, because when you hire Best of U.S. Homes, you aren't hiring a listing agent, you're hiring a salesman. Someone who could be at the house, answer questions, point out features and benefits, and get the house sold in 21 days. So that's how we're different. Now, what you also need to recognize is I recognize that the buyer wasn't going to be someone like me. They were going to be substantially younger. So I invited other agents to come and stand out in front of this house and pitch the house as if it was their listing. That helped their careers as well as it got this house in front of a younger audience, the audience that I wanted to reach. So those agents actually helped me sell this house. I think that's a no-brainer. If you've got multiple agents and each one of them has 450 people in their sphere of influence, why wouldn't I offer them the opportunity to sell your house? That just makes sense to me. So if you're interested, if you got a house and you're having difficulty selling it, come to my website, bestofushomes.com, and learn more about me and more about Best of U.S. Homes, and I think we can sell your house. So don't be puzzled why houses don't sell. It's because they aren't being marketed and they aren't being represented by a salesman. You don't want a listing agent. All a listing agent does is put a sign in your front yard and create an MLS listing. Get yourself a salesman. All right. Okay, that's my gig. I'm committed. I've committed $25 a day for 12 months to make myself the real estate authority in my community. I don't think any of your brokers, your coaches, are talking to you about building a business that is sustainable and using good business sense to do it. So that's my commitment to you. I will tell you how this works. I will keep you up. I will tell you if my phone rings and I'll show you the new ads that I create. So that's my method that I'm going to use Facebook to make me the real estate authority in Birmingham, Alabama. I'll be talking at you again.